Hey guys, so I just got in my rear window I ordered for my Polaris Ranger 1000. It's a 2020 model. I ended up going with the light tint and otherwise they offer a dark tint and then a dark tint scratch resistant, I believe. I think it was about $160, and then you get your $25 off for item in a review in the past. So I think it worked out to about $140 shipped to my door. So compared to other places, it seemed to be right about the best price anyways, and I kind of like the Super ATV stuff. They seem like they put out a good product. So I thought I'd take you guys along on the install of it, and I'll get this thing opened up and figure out what all we need. Alright, so the first thing it says to do is obviously test fit it just to make sure it's the right thing. When you remove this plastic here, I guess it's no longer returnable, even though they'd already peeled off the corner. Alright, so I guess the first step is just going to be remove the film. Next, what we're going to do is install the gasket here. They got us going in between the two top mounts and then all the way around to the other side. They say in the corners you can cut a little V-notch in the gasket here in the groove, just in order to facilitate going around the corners here. Alright, so now we got to mount these brackets down here, and that's going to clip onto the cage right here. Not sure how I feel about the metal on metal. I actually might grab a little bit of foam I think I got laying around from downstairs and just put that on there so you don't get that bang in metal, and on top of that just wearing out the paint right away. But those just get mounted on here like so at the 4 different locations. Alright, so for these bottom brackets we have a 4mm Allen head for the bolt and a 10mm socket for the nut. Alright, and then now we got to mount the upper support bracket, and that mounts on the actual outside of the vehicle. And for this we'll be using the M8 bolt. We'll be using the larger washer on the outside, the smaller washer on the inside, and then the nut. For this we have a 5mm Allen key or hex and a 13mm socket. Now this has a bit of a groove in there for movement, so I'm assuming you'd want to put it up there first and then do your final tightening once it's on the machine, just in case things don't line up quite right. Alright, for starters, they didn't factor in that if you have a roof on here, you clearly can't get it in here. So I guess that means we gotta take out the 4 bolts on the back of the roof here, pop that up, slip this in, and then tighten that down. Which kind of defeats the purpose of this, I would assume, quick release, as you'd normally just be able to undo the 2 thumb screws here and pop the rear windshield off. So that's great. Well, they do have that bulb style trim on this, and it does seem to do a good job of holding it pretty tight. It looks like there's enough space in there that I'm actually gonna put that foam tape on there like I was mentioning. So I'll do that at this time as well. I think ideally I'd have a little bit thinner tape, but it's what I have on hand, so I'm not going to run out just to get this. Not to mention the stuff squishes down just like anybody else or anything else. Alright, so take 2 on mounting this thing up. Alright, so here's I think where that little bit of play helped out. I'm just going to run on the inside and fasten it on there. Alright, so I just wanted to make sure that them bolts are going to be in the right position, and then I'll tighten them down. Well, I'm glad I added that foam to here. I think that was actually worthwhile. So if you're watching this, you might want to pick up just a roll of just some sticky foam. Probably doesn't even need to be this thick, you know, so I don't know, definitely less than a 1/4 inch like this is. That's worthwhile, because then you won't have that banging around, number 1. Number 2, you don't have to worry about your paint getting messed up on your cage itself. But no, that actually looks pretty nice. Looks like it will definitely do the job. And I'm gonna drop my roof back down and throw those bolts back in. All right, you guys, got the windshield on in the back here, and seems to be fitting good. I do wish it would have been a little bit more plug and play, I guess. Seemed like quite a bit of work to get it all together, just for something that supposedly comes fully assembled. But that's just me. For the price though, I think it was right compared to any other rear windows I've seen. It's right at the same price range, and you get the little tint, which kind of looks sharp on it. Well, I hope this video helped. If it did, please give it a thumbs up. Comment if you got any questions, and be sure to hit the subscribe button to see more videos from me. Thanks for watching.